consistent basis, I guess. But it looks like game 1 is about to start. I'm about to cut the music off and get into this casting once they get going. All right, it looks like we thought Bag was going to be in here, but since scheduling issues, he may be in on the next set of games. From what I'm reading, he might not be in this set. He's with Jury over on the PVL. So if you guys didn't know, we do 4 games each channel. My channel's 2 of the games, or I'm sorry, 2 sets of teams fighting each other, and then on the other channel is another set of teams. So 4 teams per channel. Quite a few games, but yes, PVL, exclamation point PVL. If you want to know more, check out the website. All the info's there, all the links, all the stats, everything like that. But with that being said, let's get into this, boys. And cut music, and bam. All right, Premier Valor League starting now. All right, we got VG over on the blue side, and Knights of the Zodiac on this red side. Already, Chugnar, Velheim for this blue side, Zenial, and Pura. I gotta say, there's a lot of interesting bands already. So Pura and Chugnar, 2 major supports taken out already. Velheim, an obvious top bruiser right now in the current meta, doing really well. Zenial is such a great support. He can keep pushing and jump in at any moment at a moment's notice, which is amazing for him. Violet coming out, obvious ban. She's probably the most top-rated champion at this point. VG is Vanguard Esports. If you guys are curious of any of the teams, they are in the title. You can check them there, by the way. Oh, it is really loud. I apologize. There you go. There you guys go. Apologize. But yes. And yeah, thank you guys. I really do appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out. So the support, Groot himself, the tree, getting banned out, and he is also a very strong pick. We saw last week him just dominate the game to when he was the first. That's the first time we actually got to see him played. And in the first game, he did so well that the other team banned him out. So, already. Marja, great pickup. Looks like they will be probably swapping this out. So, Marja is very strong currently. Very hard to deal with. Gotta be, you almost have to gank her pretty much in a lane that she doesn't have a tower, or else she's going to be able to get away. Vera, a very interesting pick. Vera, current meta, she is on probably one of the bottom champions. She's definitely viable in comps, but I'm curious what they're rocking here. And Aram, finally! This is one of the first times that we've actually got to see Aram played, and I am so excited. Personal favorite hero of mine. I can't wait to see what has been played. Since I've been doing this, we've been doing this for 5 weeks. There has been 4 teams battling out 2 nights out of those 5 weeks, and we have yet to see Aram shown up, and oh, I'm so excited. She's been banned absolutely every game up until this point, so this is going to be a pretty big moment to see if she can actually stack up to her band worthiness, so I'm excited. Also, Malik getting picked up, solid top champion, or I'm sorry, Dragon side. Mina getting picked up, so another amazing support. Now that the Chugnar is being taken out, Mina, obvious pick. And the Kilgroth. Now, that is interesting. I don't know how I feel about the Kilgroth in that situation, but we'll have to see what the other 2 champions are. I would have to say the Kilgroth, I don't know how I feel. We'll see what the other 2 champions are, but already with the Marja, doesn't really synergize very well, but with the Mina, does take a lot of the hits away from him, so he can actually do that damage, lifesteal, and such. It looks like Looks like they are still going through, choosing who they want. Butterfly getting picked up by Casual Kitty, which has got to be a troll. There's no way they're going with that, so I'll wait till they pick before I comment any more on that. But the Kilgrath has got to be the most interesting pick so far. Definitely, I would say he's middle tier. He's definitely, he can do well if in the right circumstance or the right team. But overall, he's definitely fallen off. He's, like we read before this match, we were going over some of the patch notes. He will be getting a buff, and it's because he really needs it. Casual Kitty going with that Irie that will be having to fight this Kilgrath. And I got to say, the matchup between the two, I definitely give it to the Irie. Special Casual Kitty on that Irie, so deadly. We've seen him time and time again do so well, and I would expect nothing more. Cobra going with his Liliana that he normally goes with, so no surprise there so far. Now back to this blue. I don't know what they're going to pick in order to get this team that I'm going to see some synergy, but we definitely need a jungle and a mid. So those are the two that we're going to see. They don't know which jungle Red is going to be going with, but picking up the Crixie. Crixie, very solid champion. And the Cricknack. So I definitely like the Crixie. The Crixie definitely molds well, having more stuns out on that team. And since the Chugnar is down, you're almost incentivized to pick some of those heroes that have stunts because there's no good counter. And look at that Murad coming out. I would be surprised if he ends up going with Murad. Yeah, I was going to say, with the Mina being able to ult Murad and also lock him down, and him not having that tankiness, a pretty decisive no on Murad. Otherwise, if they didn't, and it would have been in like an Alice or for whatever reason on instead of a Mina, I think that would have been a pretty solid pick. Everyone else is pretty, easy to kill on this blue side, but all right. So this is the teams, and that's what I kind of thought. Zephys coming out for the final pick on this red team. We got some swapping going on. But, yeah, these are our teams. So it looks like the blue side looks pretty decent. Other than, I got to say, I'm really interested to see how Sigma does on the Kilgrath. He is a very... he can do very well. He's a champion that if he gets ahead, he will absolutely crush it. But if he doesn't get ahead, it's a little
10 seconds
interesting.
remaining.
But all right. So again, this is best of 3. This is game number 1. Vanguard versus Knights of the Zodiac. So the thing that I do like about the two teams right off the gate is Cobra with that execute. That's very good against a Kilgrath or a Marja. Having the, I mean, even a Mina, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, but having it especially for those two champions, because they can lifesteal back, is pretty valuable. You get that little oomph, little extra oomph to possibly kill them. But yes, the win condition is the first to lose all their hit points loses. Yep. Once you lose all your hit points, you lose. That's it. On your core. All right, boys. And here we go. Again, this is game number 1. And this is going to be best of 3. Both teams starting out, running off into their jungles. I don't know if we'll see an invade. I don't see either team being very strong for an engage, except Aram is very strong early. I don't know if the rest of the team is going to back him up, and sure enough, she's creeping that way, and it looks like they may. Looks like they're just scouting, so sure enough. That's kind of what I anticipated, is something along those lines. Now, Aram with those wolves does get seen while in bushes, so Crixie was able to see that Aram was coming. Aram making her way down on bottom, looks like Marja and Malik are going to be down on bottom. And Irie and Kilgroth. And this is the matchup that I was talking about. Very tough matchup for this Kilgroth. So he's going to need a lot of support from this Zephys. Or I'm sorry, the Zephys. So I will expect to see, or I'm sorry, he's going to need a lot of support from the Kriknak. Zephys is going to be a problem for him, and especially this Irie. And already off the bat, we got some exchange and blows. And you can see how far back he's playing, which is very smart. It's definitely smart. And look at this. Arm already coming up, trying to do some things. Liliana as well. And I think that they know that it's not a great matchup up top for the Kilgroth, but he will hopefully be able to come. And Aram already doing some massive work. Crixie almost getting hooked. And now Mina just getting caught out there. And looks like, oh, an Aram coming in. And sure enough, she's going to be able to kill her and pick that up as well. And be able to walk out of there like nothing happened. So that is a 2 kills for this red team. So great work there. Aram doing a great job being able to run in there and throw the skills out. Looks like this blue team does want to take this dragon, but it looks like they're just gonna have to settle for a reset there. So great rotation from this the red team. The blue team did a great job rotating. Unfortunately, they ran straight smack into Mina, which really changed how they had to deal with everything. But they did such a great job. I'm sorry, the red team did such a great job running into. Look at this, Mina getting taken out. And look at these rotations. 4 heroes already in mid, and they're desperately trying to catch up. And Crixie getting taken out as well. Kriknak jumping in, was able to pick up the arm kill, and is gonna get away from there. I don't think that is gonna be able to catch him, and sure enough, it's not going to. And look at this, Kilgroth coming down, but now is gonna run straight into Irie. Irie leaping away. So this is a very interesting game. Mina is doing all the right things, but I want to say she's a little too caught out without the teammates there. She's doing a great job trying to set up some ganks, but really I think the communication there might be lacking just a little bit as far as, hey, by the way, we need to initiate on X player, or we need bottom to rotate up top, or something along those lines. So Mina doing a great job. Was able to hook Liliana. Mina was there, and just little chip damage over in mid. So let's take a look at bottom. Bottom looks like Marja doing a pretty decent job staying alive. Did take a little bit of damage, but the next creep wave she should be able to heal back up to full. Aram already back up to full after that initiation of taking I think it was like a tower shot or two. Mina did hook, but was just out of range of her own tower to get Aram any of the aggro from there. And look at this. Aram is doing a great job knowing that she's tanky, doing all the scouting, checking the jungle, and this rotation down on bottom. Ooh, and Liliana actually lands a great stun on Mina and Crixie, and Kriknak was coming. Ooh, we got an ult coming in from Aram onto the Mina. We got Malik coming in as well. Malik is going to be able to finish off. Ooh, Liliana was actually the one who finished off Mina there. And Casual Kitty is in some trouble here. The heal coming out did keep him up, but now Aram trying to desperately to stay alive, but here comes Kilgroth that was able to pick that up. Kilgroth fighting for his life. Able to almost take out Irie. Irie tries to run away, runs into Kriknak. Kriknak picking that kill up. And now it is a 2-on-1, and Zephys is going to go down. So, out of the blue, literally out of the blue team was able to turn around that fight. That entire fight, I felt like the red team had it. But just this spread out. They were just a little too spread out, and it looks like this dragon might get reset here, and sure enough, it does. A big misplay by this blue team, but with the pressure of the red team, did get to them, and they are going to have to back out. And it looks like, Crixie actually getting pretty low, and sure enough, they are going to luckily get out of there. All right. Here we go. going for the dragon, and there's not a blue team there. So just a little too, they pulled the dragon just a little too soon. That's the biggest problem, is that when they pulled that dragon, it was right after that team fight. They should have waited. Cricknack making a poor decision on running into almost, what is that, 3 of them? Right into their jungle. Marja coming in, trying to initiate, and now we have a 3-on-4 down on bottom. And sure enough, Marja was able to pick up that kill onto the Liliana. Malik coming in, doing his big things, and we got Arum taking out Cricknack in the process. Crixie was there, but just wasn't able to do the damage that we were really hoping for. But Marja just in the works, doing such a great job, killing Casual Kitty, and now it is a complete wash as far as gold. It is so close as far as gold. All right, and sure enough, another initiation. Kilgroth doing a great job. Jumped in, was able to pick up that Zephys. Zephys, misplay, I would say. Once you get that low, there's 3 heroes pushing. You might want to just kind of back off at that point. Give up a tower, since you don't have the backup, as opposed to dying and losing the tower. But maybe they just didn't see the heroes. And, oh, look at this. Kilgroth might get taken out here. And sure enough, it looks like that is the case. And Irie was able to pick up that kill. And Marja down on bottom was able to use the ult, get away with no issues at all. The red team does look like they want to push this. And now seeing this, Arum ulting, and is Arum going to make it out? I don't know if she will. Sure enough, was able to get out of that situation. So Marja getting taken out. Wasn't able to use her ult because she just used it. And yeah, that is bottom losing a tower as well. So this is such a back and forth game right now. Look at this. The blue team now slowly, it was tied up. The red team did get a top tower and Kilgroth, which gave them the gold lead. Now that now the red team got bottom tower. So the gold is very in the red team's favor at this point, but not by much. Liliana getting initiated by Crixie, getting hit on with some long-range skills, and now there's a 5-man team in mid, and this is a point where you want to wait for the rest of your team before you go in. Cricknack jumping in to the fray before the team was there, ends up getting destroyed immediately, but the rest of the team scares off this red team, so good stuff. Red team going to be picking up their 2nd dragon of the game. While that's going down, blue was able to take out that top tower. So it is a 2 tower for blue, 3 tower for red. Red also with the 2 dragons. And if we're looking, now we're seeing a 2K difference in gold for this red team. While this is going on, they're actually taking the Darkslayer, and such a great idea, knowing that that team had to back off. Oh my goodness. And with the top tower being taken out, they should be able to get this no problem, and this red team just doesn't have an idea. Darkslayer getting picked up, and now look at the gold. 2K difference, but it is closing in fast. Wow. Wow, that was a good pick. That was a good pickup, for sure. Knowing that they had to back after that team fight and the dragon, was able to pick that up. I like that. That was a good call on their part. Looks like Cricknack is going to run into about 3 of them in his jungle. And Marja needs to be careful. She got bursted down last time, and I think that might be happening. And sure enough, it looks like Cricknack, or Mina, I'm sorry, was able to jump in. Arum ulting Mina, but it just wasn't enough. And now there's a full-on chase for the Liliana. Cricknack is trying his best to get to her, but just wasn't able to. But the team is getting spread out. Malik was in the fray, gets taken out from back behind. And now it is a 5-on-4. Cricknack trying to jump to this Liliana. Doesn't quite make it. Marja does not pressure that. And look at this. Kilgroth running into Irie. Decides to get out of that situation. What a great idea that was. And it's about to be another initiation. It looks like this red team really wants to push, even though they're a man down. Or possibly delaying the push. So, Dragon is going down mid lane. we should see this red team try to react to it. It looks like Aram is going to be the first to, but runs straight into Mina, and then Marja and Crixie letting into this. Oh, look at that. Such a great play. Aram did ult, but the blue team backed off in order to not kill the Crixie. So this dragon is still pushing, and I think they really need to use this to their advantage. There's an enemy down for the red team, and you are all up and still pretty decent life. Kilgroth doing his Kilgroth thing, was able to push bottom lane and get that tower. So good stuff there. All right. And look at this setup. Oh my goodness, Liliana's going to run straight into this. If Mina was able to land that hook, that would have been huge. That would have been such a huge play, but just wasn't able to. They do see that they're flirting with this dragon, so we should expect some kind of dragon fight here shortly. Marja is up on top, pushing against this Irie, and Irie is having a problem. And oh my goodness, Liliana is actually almost taken out, but luckily the team rotates and picks it up. But that's a 4-man rotation just to kill Kilgroth. Now, what is this red team going to do? Are they going to rotate mid, try to take out the dragon? It looks like, sure enough, they are going to keep pushing bottom. That is an audible play right there if I'd ever seen one. And sure enough, that is what is happening. So this blue team needs to know this. This Malik needs to know this. What you would do if you were this Malik is chase that team down so that they can't retreat. And that's exactly what this blue team is doing, is retreating. And they are going to lose this high ground tower. So bottom high ground tower is taken out to little to no effort there. All right. Red team backing off and just accepting that victory. I would imagine... Oh, we got Aram actually getting initiated on by Mina. Was able to find her out, but just they're doing next to nothing as far as damage. And knowing that this red team is going to be rotating to him, ends up backing off. Kilgroth and Crickneck running down on bottom to clear out the wave. But look at Crickneck doing his thing where he's picking up these buffs. I gotta say, that's bold. That's a bold move. All right, Mina is trying her best to defend mid. It looks like now 3 heroes in mid, and oh my god, the damage from Liliana. You have to be careful with that orb later on in the game. Casual Kitty getting initiated by the Crickneck and also the Kilgroth. And he is going to go down, but the rest of the team is now here. And sure enough, it is a 3-on-2 battle. And Kilgroth was doing his best, but just wasn't enough. Mina wasn't able to get down there quick enough. Marja, again, I got to say, this is interesting. Irie does have her hands full with this Marja. She isn't able to really abuse her out of the lane like she normally does. But look at this red team. Red team is going for this dragon, but is going to need to be careful because this blue team is coming. Blue team does see that they're doing it. They're checking the dragon. They're Crixie's in there ulting. Might be able to pick up, and they do. They were able to pick up the Zephyrus. Now Mina is running for her life from the Liliana and that RM. So a great play there. The blue team did prolong them getting the dragon. I would have liked to see Marja maybe come down from top, but it looks like she was trying, but just didn't get there enough. All right, and it looks like Mina doing such a great job. Look at this. She's able to sit here and also scout out as much as possible, but looks like she's going to get caught out. Ulting, trying to take his 50% less damage, but look at everything that's coming in. And I'm surprised she was still up, but she finally is taken down.
A blue team tower has been destroyed.
All right, so it looks like top second tier tower was taken out in that process. And they are going for this dragon now. So there needs to be... Mina was the person that was doing the scouting, but look at this blue team. They are choosing not to at this point, but they must know that what was going on, but they are going for this Darkslayer. But here comes the red team. Aram was able to see what was going on. She did scout it, and they're very close. Ult coming out, and Malik coming in as well. And who's going to get this? The blue team was able to get this, and now they are trying to run for their lives, but they are not going to be able to get out. Looks like Mina... Marja is taken out in the process. Kilgroth did get out of that situation. Blue team now needs to really turtle before, while their 2 heroes are down. They will probably lose a high ground tower here if one more hero does get taken out here. With the Crixie, she should be able to do some pretty good damage. Oh, the high ground, I'm sorry, the Skyward Dragon is actually summoned, so that will help out as far as a little bit of damage. Not a bad play at all. Crixie does need to pop her ult soon, and there enough. The ult coming out, but just immediately gets shredded and taken out. And Kilgroth trying to do his best to keep up. Krignak is up, but it is not enough. KZ, I'm sorry, the Knights of Zodiac take game 1.
Double kill.
All right, so Vanguard did very well. There was a big back and forth. I would like to have seen the gold swing stat. I really wished I would have brought that up. I wish you could bring it up in this mode because it's so important to see where the swings were. But sure enough, there's a really good RM plays. I mean, you gotta give it to her. She was all over the place. If we look at it, 34% of the damage taken, next to Mina's 28%, which Mina did very well, but just wasn't enough. Yeah, if we look at the damage, look at that. Took damage and did took the most damage, and also dished out quite a bit next to Irie, which is really surprising. So this is why she is always banned, and that is what I was hoping to see, is that some good RM plays, and that is exactly what we got. All right, so that would be game number 1. So I'm going to put some music on while we get game number 2 set up. Oh, almost queued for rank, because that is what my life has been lately. Get this game going. I'm trying to find them real quick. All right. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. Van, yes, I know. I always use that word. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I have so many go-to phrases. I need to do something different. Tell your friends. We are 2 people away from 100. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is insane. That is so insane. 2 people away from 100. That is so many. A few left. I can imagine. I really can't imagine. I asked my wife and she said no. That's good stuff. All right. Game's getting set up right now, boys. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you guys got questions or have anything, you can ask away. I'll answer them in the what's it called? In the transitions. By the way, Stone, thank you so much for the host, bud. By the way, everyone that's followed in the past, I don't know, this entire stream, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for lurking, everything like that. Much love all around. We do normally do giveaways, so why don't we do one of those? This will be for 1,000 voucher skin in the game. It has to be NA, unfortunately. That's all that I got, but type it away. You guys are more than welcome. We do giveaways usually every day, and on Sunday we normally go hard with the giveaways. So, but yes, if you are a sub, there is a little incentive for subs. It's not a huge portion, but just FYI. We did 3 of them yesterday, so. All right. So, game is ready to go. And we are going to be starting. Thanks again, boys, for being patient. I know that the transition usually takes a little bit, but yes, we are good to go. Game number 2. So, VG needs to win this game in order to keep going. Or else, if Knights of Zodiac end up winning this, then they will take the series, and we'll be moving on to our second set of games. So here we go, boys. And already off the bat, Kilgroth getting banned. I gotta say, what? What is this about? What is my life? Aram, of course, being banned. Like she has been banned the entire series ever, but it does no surprise on how well she was able to tank and also dish out that damage. And I totally understand why she's banned in every game now. But it was really cool to get to see her last match. If you guys didn't see it, she did 23% of the damage and took 32% of the damage, which was over Irie and the other Zephys and the other 2. So it was crazy. Stone, thank you so much for the 100, bud. So, Cricknack being banned, Velheim being banned. These are pretty normal bans. Now, the tree, Mr. Groot himself being banned is a pretty solid one, but the thing they need to look out for is that Chugnar is still open. Chugnar is a big deciding factor, and this blue team did a great job at leaving it open. So, if they leave it open, if red team leaves it open and doesn't ban it right here, they will get an opportunity to steal it. And Chugnar is a game changer, is the best way to do it. So this red Cappy right here has a big decision ahead of him. Violet is still on the table, Chugnar, and many other. Irie is still up there. So there's some very... And there it is! It's just like, you know, it's almost like, oh, and they go with the tree at the last second. They have to get Violet. Does not surprise me, but this red team, will they go with the Chugnar? Knowing that they went Violet, which is a pretty solid choice, they did not go with the Slims. Usually if you have a Chugnar, it's better against a Slims as a, what's it called? I apologize. As a jungle, but yeah, I like it. Marja getting picked up. I really thought Marja was going to get banned instead of a Cricknack, but doesn't look like that's the case. And the Chugnar, they are flirting with the idea. And this is the big thing, is that you gotta play some mind games here, because they did show that they want Chugnar or Marja. So whatever one they pick, the other team's probably going to pick up. You know what I mean? Kind of situation. I think that they should, but we'll see. And, oh man, it's getting down to the wire. And it switched to the Chugnar, so there you go. I think that the Chugnar is going to do wonders for the team, but That being said, now Zenio and Malik. And again, you see what I'm saying? Do that psychological thing is that, did they really want Malik? It seemed like they did. They, but switched at the last second to the Chucknar, and then Malik getting picked up by, I believe that's beginnings.
Red team's turn to pick.
But Zenio getting picked up. Zenio is such a great top. He can do everything you want in a hero. He's the most well-rounded hero, I gotta say. He has a stun. He has a heal, an AoE heal for everything. It's awesome. It's so good. But Omen is good. Omen is very good against, I shouldn't say very good, pretty good against Zenio. If Omen ults Zenio, Zenio cannot ult out, which is really good. And also, Omen can interrupt his ult as well with his leash ability. Or his pull, whatever you want to call it. Liliana getting picked up, so that takes off Cobra's pick. So Cobra normally goes with the Liliana, but is switching to the Raz. And the only person they have left is a support, which I want to see who they end up going with. So Lee does have a pretty big decision. So looking at this team, knowing that there's a Chugnar, you have to play someone that I don't know. I don't know who you play, and it looks like they're going to instead call an audible and use Zenial as the support kind of character. So I am excited for that. I'm really excited for that. Irie is such a strong champion right now. She's such a strong champion. And like I said, with that execute that she has against a Marja is very strong. They don't have as many heal champions this time, but Slim's getting picked up. So this is what I'm talking about. Slim's, your ideal situation is to have a support Chugnar and on the enemy team. So the enemy team needs kind of a Chugnar at this point, because look at this. They have Slims and Liliana to throw the stuns. I think instead of an Omen, I would have liked to see someone up top that had a stun. I don't really know who that is off the top of my head, but I think that would have been a solid pick. If they would have got Velheim, that would have been an ultimate team right there. Being able to kind of use the range to abuse Cobra, that's going to be probably up top, or Malik, one of the two. But good stuff all around. All right, so we are going to get into this game, and look at the heals on this side. I love it. This KZ team is looking so good. They have Zenio with the heal. They have the 2 heals on casual and beginnings with heals. Cobra with the execute. It's nice to have at least one of those on a character that can also get in and out without needing to use Flicker. We have Raz, who is a very bursty hero that will make up for all the damage lost from having like a Zenio on your team that's not bursty. You have the Violet to just sit in the back line while Zenio and Malik are doing their thing, and everyone is worried about Irie. It looks like a solid team right there. It's about executing. Raz is definitely going to have to really execute, which we've seen Khan do many times over, and Irie as well. But if we look over on this red team, Marja is nothing to shake a stick at. She is such a great champion, and it has that sustain. And then Omen can definitely change the tide of the battle with his push ability onto the tower. So if this blue team does not react to that, it could be definitely potentially bad. But the Chugnar, I mean, it's really going to come down to the Chugnar getting those clutch ults. And look at this blue team. Looks like they're very set up for some kind of invade. Chugnar now seeing that the blue team is initiating, does see this, and look at Zenio. Zenio just doesn't care, going full in on it. Sees that his team's not following, and Beginnings is making his descent down to bottom. So it looks like they're going to be put 2 tanks down on bottom versus the Marja, and Irie versus Omen up on top. I think we probably should have seen a little bit of maybe a switch there. I'm not sure what. I don't know if the 2 tanks on bottom versus the Marja is going to be a great combo. They will be able to get the damage out there, but Marja's going to be able to heal. I don't think they will really get that kill potential. But looks like they're playing Zenial as more of a roam character with that Chugnar, trying to make sure that Chugnar doesn't get the drop on anybody. And look at this. Beginnings doing a great job coming in with that Zenial, getting some damage onto that Chugnar. Roz doing a great job with them fireballs. Ooh, and an uppercut. And another fireball. Can he be stopped? He's at a 3 combo. Can we make it 4? 4 it is. How about 5? Oh, he's thinking about it. Sure enough, lands the uppercut and the fireball. He is on fire himself with landing them abilities. Looks like Omen is coming down. And look, another one. 6, if you guys are counting. 7, 8, I don't know. We're already over the amount that he is landing. Not difficult at this time until enemies get boots and become a little bit quicker, but impressive nonetheless as far as the damage. And look at this dragon being spawned, and oh man, Chugnar is just taking those fireballs to the face and is really starting to wear him down. Blue team is initiating onto the dragon. Dragon's now half-life. Red team does see this. Slim's arrow doing a great job coming in on Casual Kitty, but the person of interest was that Violet that was in the back, was able to burst that down and also use Punish to get that dragon. So it was a solid attempt. And oh, at the top, First Blood actually is going to the Irie, which was a very close fight from the look of it. Did Omen get to level 4? He did. So it looks like he went full in. But I know the thing that pushed her over the edge was that execute. Execute coming out. Of course it did. Which really, I'm sure, won him that fight. So sure enough, we are back to middle. KZ is getting initiated, or Khan on the Roz flickers away. Whew. That was close. If he didn't have flicker, he was definitely dead. And look at this, Irie coming down. Liliana getting initiated on. Cobra doing a great job. Actually passing through to do the damage and also getting away at the same time. Great opportunity right there. Omen is in hot pursuit of Irie, but is just going to end up being nothing. Now Omen is in a big trouble right here. 3 heroes all around him. Irie coming in. Sure enough, he pops his shield to take less damage. And it looks like he wants to just try to go all in on Violet, but it is not about to happen. Zenio popping the ult just to get the heal, and it looks like they're in hot pursuit of Slims that was over by the red buff, and they are looking to take this. Ooh, and Zenio going in, popping his shield, doing some damage. Chugnar popping the ult, and Chugnar is looking to do some damage, but Violet is in hot pursuit. Slim's getting taken out by the Violet. Woo! Man, the blue team is playing so aggressive. That heal from the Zenio that started that entire fight, and on top of that, the movement speed that comes from it, really put blue team, was able to flank the red team so well at that red buff. Great plays all around. I don't know if they planned it or if it just happened to have that much synergy, but this is what I'm talking about. This blue team, just on paper, looks amazing, and they are executing it so well. They have everything you can want out of a team, and the only flaw that they have is this Chugnar, which really hasn't been a play yet, but wait until we get to the team fights. The team fights is the 5-on-5s. I think that's where it's really going to change. Looks like Slim's picking up his jungle, but the blue team was able to pick up the blue buff. Slim's really needed that. I feel like he's behind in farm, and if we look, sure enough, very behind Violet. 1,000 gold, in fact, behind Violet. Violet with the 2 kills and the dragon and a tower for this blue team, so looking great. They are initiating onto this dragon. Marge is trying her best that she can, but there it is. That is the dragon, and this red team just not around to really initiate or kind of counter that push there. Marja into a big trouble down on bottom. Looks like Roz landing every fireball that he can, and sure enough, here we go. Ult coming out from Marja was a little premature. I don't think that she needed to use that, and just gets dunked underneath the tower. And while that's going on, it looks like Irie was killed up top. So a pretty good play from, looked like Slims was able to pick that up by himself. So I don't know if that was Irie initiating, or I'm sorry, overextending, or what that could have been. But did a fantastic job. So Slims back up in this game. Look at this. Now it is only a 1K difference. They get one tower and a kill. They're going to be looking really good. They're going to be looking real good. So here we go. Fight going on in mid. And we have the skills coming out. And I really don't think that they can really tango with this Roz and this Violet damage that they have. The range on their abilities is able to really get them low. And here's an initiation onto Chugnar, and Chugnar very low, doesn't pop his ult, and is probably going to go down here. And Roz luckily missed that fireball, or that would have been the end for Chugnar. Malik down on bottom. Actually, he's going to get this. Oh, looks like I thought Omen was going to get that tower actually just from the minions, but luckily wasn't there. And here we go. Tower getting picked up in mid. This blue team is everywhere right now, and it looks like they might be trying to set up for a gank, and sure enough, here it goes, and it looks like Liliana is going to be, unfortunately, the one to take the blunt of all that damage, and here we go. Zaniel popping his ult. Sure enough, the heal comes out, the movement speed, and look at how quickly they scatter. Such a great scatter there. They were putting pressure onto mid and on that bottom lane. Tier 2 tower getting taken down on bottom. And now Chugnar lonesome in mid. They're looking to push this mid. Red team is going to push top and get that tower. And then blue team now taking the second tier tower. And oh, look at this. We got initiation onto Irie. Irie actually is in a big trouble here. And they are going to be able to take this tower if they stay here. But it looks like they would rather play it safe and back off. Those two siege minions will actually take that down to about half life. And Slim's getting picked off by this Roz. Roz now seeing Omen, will not be able to catch him, and he is going to be gone. And sure enough, I was right with those sieges. 2 sieges on a tower is more than enough if you have a creep wave like that. Looks like they are going to start to initiate onto Dragon here shortly. Red team all in the base. Liliana is the only person outside the base currently, and they really need to get some eyes in their jungles. Zenial doing a great job putting pressure onto the enemy jungle. It's one of the best things you can do, stop them from farming, and this is one of the things that you want to do. Looks like Violet trying to get that blue buff, does pick it up, does see the rest of the enemy team, and quickly backs off. Lee is playing just astounding on this Violet. I mean, there's very minor points that I could even hit on. But, oh, we got the ult actually coming out, and it looks like it's going onto that Roz. Roz and Zenio gonna 2v4, and here comes Violet. Violet actually mistakenly shoots her ult in the wrong direction, and so there's my critique of the game on Violet. And Violet is possibly gonna get taken out here, but the team reacts in such a good way and shuts down that Omen in the process. So there's two of the red team up right now, and Liliana is looking to try to do her best to throw out as many skills as possible. And they are going to more than likely push this bottom now. 4 heroes up now for this red team. Slim's throwing out an arrow, hitting Casual Kitty, not the intended target. Ooh, Violet actually takes a spear from Slim's, just a regular auto attack, and almost dies. Violet comes back, throws out her ult, just trying to get some damage, and it looks like... Oh, Roz actually does get hit. He's going to get taken out here by Slims, but actually gets rotated, or gets turned around on, and now Roz actually takes out Slims! And it looks like Roz might be able to get away from this if he keeps using his abilities. Irie's so close, and is... Oh, Liliana comes in, throws out the skills, and was able to take out Roz. I think Irie just was focused too much on that red buff. Could have really saved Roz if she would have maybe came a little sooner for aid. And look at this, Omen getting initiated. Was very much caught out. I think he was trying to push, just got found in a bush, but he's definitely gonna get taken out. So that was a misplay, and that's gonna be the Dark Slayer. Would not surprise me. So once you get to this point in the game, 10-minute plus, even 9-minute, you just need to be careful where you die with a team around you. So if you are solo and you have 4 people running towards you, you want to almost run down the middle or something along those lines. Not straight to an objective to where they can easily pick it up, unless you're trying to lead them away from another objective. So this right here, this is when this red team needed to take Dragon, as opposed to trying to gank Irie on bottom. They're going to now need to be careful, and look at this. Omen just getting shredded up on top, and Liliana about the same. Slim's arrow coming out very nicely placed onto the, I believe that was the Roz, actually, in the process. And this red team is trying their best to save everything. Another Slim's arrow onto the Roz. Roz is taken out, and Irie coming in, throwing out the stun. And, oh, Marja just trying her best to stay alive. Does take out the Irie in the process, and the team is backing off. And it looks like they just want to try to end the game at this point. And, oh my goodness, Malik getting taken out by the Slims. Slims is coming online finally through this entire fight. He is 3-4 and is looking really good. So the pressure's on, and he is just doing amazing at this point. Landing those spears is exactly what he needs to do, and is playing like an all-star. So, things dying down. Let's take a look at the gold. It is at 37k gold to 29k gold. 2 towers for this red team, 7 towers, 1 Dark Slayer, and 3 dragons for this blue team. So it is looking very much in the blue team's favor, but this red team did win that last fight pretty well, but it was under their tower. I think if they can do that again, it will be pretty huge. Liliana just getting destroyed by Roz and not going to have an opportunity to get out of there. Looks like Chugnard trying his best. Zenio coming in with the ults, and the team is just so spread out right now. Look at this. Marja doing her best to try to get this Violet, but they really need to get this Roz at this point because he's so low. But again, getting Violet would have been pretty huge, but there's just no one there to help. Great spear, and actually gets picked up, and that's Violet getting taken down. A huge overextension by that Violet, and is taken out, and that's really going to put this red team back in this game, or not back in this game, but really lengthen this game. Irie getting picked off too up top. This is what I'm talking about. Slims is doing such a great job at being able to pick off these heroes, and he could run away with this if they're not careful. That's really tilting the scale in their favor. The reason why is because of the comeback gold. When you are down so many kills like this, you can really start seeing gold swings in massive amounts, and that's what you're seeing. We were just over 10k difference, and now look at us. We're looking really good. They are now about to pick up this Enraged Abyssal Dragon, and there's no doubt in my mind that Slims is going to want to pick up that buff. So this blue team does have time to react. This red team is filling out the action right now, and Chugnard now initiating on. They are trying to go in on this Abyssal Dragon, but they're not going to get it. Violet comes in, does pick it up. Liliana is so close to the buff, does pick up the buff. Slims trying the best to get Violet, but just wasn't able to. And oh, look at that. Roz finally, after so long, was able to get to that Slims and really shut him down. Liliana and Marja are the only 2 up right now. It is 20 kills to 9, and there's no doubt that this is going to be the end of the game. And the core just getting shredded at this point. They are able to tank this, and there is nothing that this red team can do at this point after losing Slims. And that will be the game. KoZ is going to take this series. Man, that was a good game. I really was thinking that if Slims would have won that next fight, if they would have got that Enraged Dragon and won that fight, not even by a large amount, but just won like with 1 or 2 kills and walked away, I think that red team would have, the swing of money would have been such in their favor that they would have ran away with it. Marja doing such great damage. Such great damage. All right. And Roz, obviously the rock star of the entire situation, did such a good job and really killed it. And so let's take a look. So I mean, it's it is so crazy to see the kills. I mean, as close as that game was, I mean, the kills were definitely not in red team's favor, but they were still in it. They were still there. They were still doing well. So wow, that is so crazy. Omen with 1 and 6 and only 1 assist with only, I mean, there's only 9 kills, so that's, I mean, that's pretty common for an Omen to have low amount of assists. But Marja did excellent, 2 and 2. I would have liked to see more from the Chugnar, but the blue team did a great job where they were like, hey, let's not focus on stuns. Let's do just pure damage, and that's what they did.